for him, at least offensively speaking. It's pretty simple, guys. It's not complicated. The solution to ending this run will be to get back and actually be serious about playing some defense here.
Yeah, they're getting beat down the floor, and really, unless you're going to the glass, you have got to sprint back defensively.
Here's Heinrich after the made shot from Zach Randolph. 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Green kicks to Conley. Nails the 16-footer. And now it's just a 4-point Chicago lead.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. The drive by Green. Lays it up and banks it in.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Rose against Conley. Fires from deep. And Snell is good for 3. Snell's got 7 now in this quarter. Here's Gasol. And he jams it with authority.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Here's Rose. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's a close.
All right, fans, let's get up. Let's get
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out away here in the third. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. A lot of defense with Conley and Lee in the backcourt. Green is the 3 with Zebo at the 4. And it's Gasol at the 5 spot. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Tony Snell's checked in for McDermott. Conley into the lane. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the ref in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Bulls have had a great rebounding team for a long time now. Last season was no different.
Yeah, it has so many categories to measure how well a team rebounds. The Bulls were in the top 3 in almost all of them.
Lee kicks to Randall.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
As for the Bulls and rebounding, I mean, they were second in the league in winning contested rebounds. That's another data analytics stat for you folks. Second overall in total rebounds, too.
And with the big men the Bulls have, it's easy to see why they rebound so well. But make no mistake, guards and bigs alike rebound well on this Bulls team.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
Matt Barnes is checked in for Green. Gasol, no good. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. They now take the lead. 9 points for Mike Conley.
Great way to start to have easy layup against some soft D.
You know, guys, Memphis waltzed through the first round against Portland. The second round, a lot tougher against Golden State. They went up 2-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on to that lead.
And he gets the bucket.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And guys, Memphis would lose 2 of their 3 games at home against Golden State. So things got tough with the Conley injury and missing Tony Allen as well. But they did put up a good fight, ultimately though falling in 6 games to the Warriors. Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play. Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
No good. Bulls trailed by 7 to stop the run. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. And Mirotic subbed in for Pau Gasol. Conley's shot is off.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
And for most of his career, Taj Gibson has been a tremendous role player up front. GA, he's been extremely steady over 6 full seasons.
And Kevin, he gives you a lot of energy and athleticism when he enters the game. He's got the great length with that 7'4" wingspan. But to me, it's not just about having it. It's about the fact that he utilizes it. And it really allows him to get in there and attack the backboard and contest shots.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Yeah, you know, talking about Gibson, he started 70 games his first year and made the all-rookie team. But thereafter, had been mostly a 6-man off the bench through last season. It happens, but it's still somewhat unusual for a guy to go backwards like that.
Green, he's checked in for Memphis. And Chicago also making a switch. Brooks checked in.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
Here's Gibson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And talking about Gibson, if he ever wants to be seen as a high-level starter, he needs to work on a few things. More bankable moves in the post, a more fluid post game, if you will, and really increased strength and consistency. I think those things will carry him to that starting five.
And Randolph slams it in.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Gasol, no good.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And again, Chicago, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Green, the pass to Gasol. Butler with the steal. Here's Snell. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Snell's got 9.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Randolph. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it showed.
The third quarter comes to a close. Grizzlies lead by 6. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Bulls trail by 6. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Rose is the 1 with Butler is the 2. Tony Snell is out there with Mirotic. And it's Gasol at the center position. And Butler, here we go. Right wing. Lee with the block. Outside Conley. The 3. And Lee with the basket on the assist by Conley. Lee's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Memphis. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
You know, adding on to that, we can't fail to mention all the steals they piled up, too. I mean, that's making a big difference. They've really gotten into them defensively.
Yeah, a bit over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
Yeah, and if you're already boxed out like he was, just back up. Because if you don't, you're going to get called for the over-the-back foul every time.
Rose attacking, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And how's that for some ups coming from that one?
Well, he is a rarity among NBA point guards in his ability to elevate.
Yeah, his athletic ability, guys, is really what takes him a notch above most players at his position.
And oh, here we go, Rose, nobody back.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Gotta be demoralizing. They desperately needed a stop, and instead they give up a triple on an open look. Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just are not letting up at all. I tell you what, you gotta love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Dishes to Mirotic. Green with the block. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his third foul of the game. It's stolen by Rose.
It's really a good picture of what not to do on those last two possessions. I mean, they're being way too casual with the ball.
It's going to cost them if they keep it up. They need to get back to playing smart basketball.
He could have tipped it home, but he wanted to give this crowd something to remember.
Dynamic work right there. Throw down that rebound.
Yes, sir.
And no need there, guys, to throw that one back out. Just go ahead and handle your business.
And here's Conley outside. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game. And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Grizzlies.
Good point, Steve. And Clark, they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
I like their fortitude, their toughness, particularly in terms of dealing with adversity. Anytime things didn't go their way, they just put their nose down and stayed with it. And because